begin things with an important rules update. After yesterday's reveal of Aftermath split cards, players took to social media to ask rules manager Matt Tabak about specific interactions with the new card type. On Twitter, Michael Daly asked about their interaction with Torrential Gear Hulk, as the previewed card, Destined Lead, is both an instant and a sorcery. Tabak replied that if at least one half of the card meets the requirement, then you may cast either half with the Gear Hulk. When this information was posted to Reddit, a question arose to the top of the thread about the interaction between Aftermath and Goblin Dark Dwellers. Rules manager Eli Schifrin responded with a significant update that will be made to all split cards starting with Amonkhet. Quote, "Now, it's simple. If Destined Lead isn't on the stack, it has a converted mana cost of 6. Destined on the stack has a CMC of 2, and Lead on the stack has a CMC of 4, but Destined Lead, anytime it's not one or the other, has CMC 6, end quote. This update will change the rules in such a way that the synergies between cards like Brain in a Jar and Beck Call will no longer work. With that out of the way, it's time to turn our attention to Day 2 of Amonkhet previews. First up is Sacred Cat, previewed by Erin Campbell of Magic Mike's on her Twitter. Sacred Cat is a common 1/1 cat for a single white that has lifelink and Embalm for a single white. Next on the Magic homepage today, lead designer Dave Humphries goes through all of the developers that helped bring Amonkhet to life and shows off 3 new cards that help to show off the -1/-1 counter theme. Splendid Agony is a common instant for 2 and a black that says distribute 2 -1/-1 counters among 1 or 2 target creatures. Fans of Unstable Mutation may enjoy this color-shifted version of the card. Consuming Fervor is an uncommon aura for 1 red mana that says enchanted creature gets +3/+3 and has, at the beginning of your upkeep, put a -1/-1 counter on this creature. Last but certainly not least in the article, Channeler Initiate is a rare 3/4 human druid for 1 and a green that says when Channeler Initiate enters the battlefield, put 3 -1/-1 counters on target creature you control. Tap and remove a -1/-1 counter from Channeler Initiate. Add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. Also on the Magic homepage today, Amonkhet co-lead designer Ethan Fleischer drops 9 new preview cards while talking about their approach to designing the set. First, Exemplar of Strength is an uncommon 4/4 human warrior for 1 and a green that says when Exemplar of Strength enters the battlefield, put 3 -1/-1 counters on target creature you control. Whenever Exemplar of Strength attacks, remove a -1/-1 counter from it. If you do, gain 1 life. Next up is a cycle of uncommon legendary artifacts, the monuments that are dedicated to each of the 5 gods. Each of the monuments makes creature spells of the god's color cost 1 less to cast, and has a secondary effect in that portion of the color pie when you cast a creature spell. Thanks to these previews, we also now know the names of all 5 gods. The white god, Oketra's Monument, creates a 1/1 warrior creature token with Vigilance. The blue god, Kefnet's Monument, taps an opponent's creature and it doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. The black god, Bontu's Monument, has each opponent lose 1 life and you gain 1 life. The red god, Hazaret's Monument, allows you to discard a card then draw a card. And finally, the green god, Ronas's Monument, gives target creature you control +2/+2 and trample until end of turn. Onward is an uncommon instant for 2 and a red that says target creature gets +X/+0 until end of turn, where X is its power, and the Aftermath side of the card, Victory, is a sorcery for 2 and a white that says target creature gains double strike until end of turn. Ta Crop Elite is a common 2/2 bird warrior for 3 and a white that has flying, and if you exert it, creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. Temet, Vizier of Noctimoon, is a 2/2 human cleric for a white and blue that says at the beginning of combat on your turn, target creature token you control gets +1/+1 until end of turn and can't be blocked this turn. It also has Embalm for 3 white-blue. For those of you asking, yes, the token creature is legendary, and no, it doesn't do commander damage. On Channel Fireball today, Caleb Durward offers up 2 new previews. Drake Haven is a rare enchantment for 2 and a blue that says whenever you cycle or discard a card, you may pay 1. If you do, create a 2/2 blue Drake creature token with flying. Cast Out does its best impression of an Oblivion Ring. The uncommon enchantment costs 3 and a white, has Flash, cycles for a white, and says when it enters the battlefield, exile target non-land permanent and opponent controls until cast out leaves the battlefield. Finally, over the last 2 days, there have been a few unattributed preview cards that have made their way into the official card image gallery on the homepage, so make sure to check back each day, as there may be some that weren't previewed in other places. Today, there are 3 blue cards. Scribe of the Mindful is a common 2/2 human cleric for 2 and a blue that says pay 1, tap, and sacrifice Scribe of the Mindful, return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. Decision Paralysis is a slightly worse Frost Breath at 3 and a blue to tap down 2 target creatures that don't untap during their controller's next untap steps. And lastly, we're getting a reprint of Essence Scatter, much to Shaheen Sarani's delight. That's our show for today, April 4th. Make sure to like and subscribe to our channel to keep up with all the latest Magic news and strategy. I'm Jeremy Knoll, and this has been Split Second. It is actually April 4th, right? Because I said that yesterday, and it was the 3rd, so I want to just triple check.
Let me check my phone real quick. Yep, April 4th.
Okay.